The International Dienst course is an activity supported by German organizations, and we have done now 12 years of such courses. It is basically the idea that deans are leaders, temporary leaders for a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, and quite often they are not properly prepared for the challenges of leading an institution. And so in terms of looking at what kind of knowledge concerning leadership, concerning strategy, concerning quality management, concerning marketing, accounting, financing is needed, we felt it's helpful to have a series of workshops and to help people to reflect and to exchange ideas. And that has been quite common nowadays in Germany. So we started to offer that for universities in Indonesia, in Thailand, Philippines, and some other Asian countries. And we feel it's a very successful way of bringing people together, as well offering this opportunity to learn from our experience in Europe. And on the other hand, we can learn from the experience here in Asia, so it's a very exciting process. Yeah, we have typically about 200 applicants, 200 professors, deans, vice deans or so who apply. And then we finally have 30 participants, so it's always quite a competitive process. For us, it's important to ensure that those people who participate are indeed in leadership positions. I mean, we see the potential of older people like me, but we don't want to have my age group. We want to have the young leaders. We want to have the people who are maybe 40 or so, who have still many years to go in the higher education institutions and who can contribute to the development of the institution. Well, the IDC, the International Dienst course, is a sequence of activities. We meet for 2 weeks in Germany, then in this case, we met for a couple of days in Manila, and now we meet for 4 days here in Indonesia. So one of the outputs, the direct output, is that people feel empowered, they have new knowledge in certain fields. The more important output is actually that later on, or outcome if you like, is they later on are better in their function as dean. Over the years we have observed that many of our deans, they have taken over other positions later on. They became vice rectors, they became rectors, so some of them, one of our first participants worked later on in the ministry. So that is a success as well. So at various levels, directly giving new knowledge, more indirectly, but typically realistically achieved as well, strengthen a dean in her or his position, or later on moving to other positions where that knowledge can be shared as well. Yes, well, your university is quite well known. I mean, it has developed quite a name over the years, and the dean of your Faculty of Agriculture, Indira, she participated in our course, and so we talked about the possibility to come. I myself, actually, I was here in September in Jogja, and so she invited me at that time as well to come, and I saw what kind of institution you are, what kind of reputation you have, what kind of big size the institution has, but as well what kind of ambitions you have, and so we felt that would be a nice place to come to with our deans. And I mean, I would say that is indeed what our participants later on yesterday evening were saying. That was a very nice, very impressive, very inspiring, very educative day where we could see how your institution has grown over the years, what kind of special activities you have in the field of internationalization, but as well in terms of moral education and so forth and the like. So that was quite nice. I mean, our international Dienst course is a different sort of endeavor, but looking at your university, I felt there are plenty of opportunities to do research with universities abroad. And I encourage the development of summer schools. I encourage the development of schemes to have foreign students or to send students out. I mean, it's always a question of money, but the DAAD, for example, the German Academic Exchange Service, is here, so there is a possibility to work together. But indeed, I mean, I was talking yesterday with your vice rector, who had given an introductory speech, and so, for example, we were talking about ethical issues. So, in my case, I teach business ethics in Europe. I teach business ethics in Europe. And so I was saying, actually, I find it interesting to exchange thoughts and possibly to do research with a professor in Indonesia or in Malaysia to talk about what is the view from an Asian perspective or Islamic perspective, if you like. I mean, we all talk about Islamic finance, but what is Islamic marketing? What is Islamic human resource management? What is Islamic, I don't know, is there something like Islamic accounting? Is there, how do you deal with, if there is corruption? How do you deal with issues of seniority and the like? So there are, in all sorts of areas, there are potentials for international collaborative research. And so yesterday evening we talked about one of these ideas, and so I would say yes, there are plenty. I myself, I can't speak for my colleagues, but what I realize in our international Dienst course is that many links have been established with colleagues in Malaysia, colleagues in Vietnam, colleagues in Myanmar. And so there is certainly an interest. So for us, I mean, you were founded in 1991.
1981.
81.
Yes, sir.
So my university is 10 years older. So I can see what kind of challenge that is to develop a new university and to grow fast and to see what kind of structure emerged is quite impressive. And I mean, I myself, I visit many foreign universities, and I have seen many universities where one can see the building is there, but the soft structure, that is the mind of the people who can fill it, is not there. But in your case, I mean, I was here in September, I talked with the colleagues, Indira's colleagues, I talked with your vice rector, Normandie. This time I talked with other people. So here you have the facilities, but as well you have the people to make the change, and who are ready to accept the challenge and to do the research, to do the internationalization, to be entrepreneurial. So it's quite impressive. Yes, so I like to congratulate Muhammadiyah, University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta for the success. Actually, yesterday I filled out the questionnaire for the QS ranking, the international ranking. And so they ask what kind of universities you know, and do you sort of consider on a very positive way. And so I added Universities Muhammadiyah.
The DS International Dean course was a very amazing program. So it's funded by the Forum Rector in Germany and also the DAAD. So the intention of the program to strengthen the leadership and also the skill from the dean so that they can do their job better. And in this year, we are all together around 25 participants, and we learn from each other experience, and then it's also an opportunity for us to expand our cooperation. So it was a very amazing program. Yeah. It will be very useful. For example, when we had a summer school after the International Dean course, then we have some participants, also the impact from the course as well. And we had a visiting professor, and I negotiated with the visiting professor, she's Professor Rosa, also during the time when we had training in Germany. Then I went to Spain to propose her to visit our university, and then we conducted research together. So it's already affected my job as the dean to expand our network in the Faculty of Agriculture. It's very useful. Yeah. Yes, my project, my PAP or Project Action Plan is about internationalization. And then, of course, with this knowledge and also the leadership I gained from the course, hopefully that the internationalization in Faculty of Agriculture then will increase. And now we already had student exchange. We accepted some around 3 or 4 students from Konkan University in Thailand, and we already conducted the research with the Kasetsart University in Thailand, and now the new one, the impact from the Dean course, is the joint research with Universidad Santiago in Spain.
Before I answer your question, that I joined the Dean course in 2010. Yeah. They have a 4 months program in the first state. They have training in Germany, in Onasburg, in Berlin. We have 1 week workshop in class, and 3 days or 4 days for field visit to the Onasburg University and Freie University in Berlin. The second step is workshop in ASEAN countries. Could be in Malaysia or in Filipina or in Indonesia, yeah. And combined with the field visit also in 1 university in ASEAN countries. And then we have to present the country report. This course actually cover strategic management, financial management, research management, strategic management, and human resource management. So it's very important for higher official rank in university management to know and to enhance their knowledge how they're managing the university, yeah, particularly in ASEAN countries. And the one benefit that we join with the high ranking high official of management university from ASEAN countries, from Malaysia, from Philippines, from Indonesia, at least dean, yeah, at least dean or vice rector or head of planning office. So we know each other when they share the knowledge what difficulties in managing the university in their university. For example, me, as a dean, I share my knowledge, my experience, how dealing with the internationalization of my faculty at that time. Yeah, this the the history of the dean course in 2010. So the output is what I mentioned before. We have a new knowledge and new skill how to manage the university. This is the output, the main output of the dean course. So yeah, after that I try to implement the strategy in that time in my faculty, social and political science, in terms of internationalization. Because I know from the dean course is internationalization what? The indicator of internationalization is student activity, inbound, outbound, number of student, full student, and then joint research. And then I make the policy and dean decree and encourage the program, the study program to send the student to other countries. And then before that I sign MOU, MOA. At the time I got many foreign students to join the program. So we set up the new program. I got at the time, yeah. Before that we have IPREL, international program, but they don't know what is international program. So I try to define the international program is we have mobility, we have joint research, we have internationalization of study program. This is the definition of indicator of the international program. I get from the dean course the knowledge, because I got the knowledge experience from the German university, how they encourage, how they manage the international program, particularly in Prague University in Berlin. Yeah. From 2016, yeah, 17, yeah, when I hold the new position of the vice rector, I and rector try to revise the strategic management in our university. So we have white book, yeah, the new white book. This white book try to revise the strategic management document before under Professor Bambang Gito, because the document is very not smart. What smart? Specific, measurable, attainable, timely. Yeah. So we revise the strategic management document, make the clear indicators. So we have now the document is we call the IKS, indicator kinerja strategis, or KPI. Yeah. In another university they call KPI. So under the KPI, we drafted the document, we revised the document. So we have around 84 KPI and classified into five sections: academic, student, finance, internationalization, and human resource. Yeah, under this document, we define what the objective we want to get in the future, at least 5 years. And then we design 5 years, 25 years. So from 2070 until 2042. Yeah, the document. So the first time is reputable international, reputable university. So what is reputable international universities? Indicator is publication, citation, number of doctor, number of professor, yeah, number, the percentage of international student, pool student. This all indicator. So the first year, this is the first year, first and half years. For example, for international publication, the percentage we get, we compare with the before, is very high. In this year, 2018, we get Scopus Document Index 104. If we compare in 2017, only 45. If we compare with 2016, only 20. So very, high increase, double or triple of the number of publication from the lecture. Why this increase? Because we have indicator, clear indicators. If we give money to the lecture, you have to publish. Otherwise, we cannot give money to you for research funding. You give money research funding for example, 100 million rupiahs, 70% in the first step, the 30% until you have published in the journal. This the output of the white book. For example, a pool student, pool foreign student. Now this problem, because in indicator we have 5%, at least 5% of the foreign student is 5% of foreign student under our population of the. For example, we have 20,000 students, so we must have at least 5%. 5% mean 500, 500 foreign student. So what we have done this year is to create the international foreign student scholarship, particularly for graduate student. So now we have 25 application from foreign countries. They try to apply to get in OMY scholarship under our scholarship. This objective one is to increase the number of foreign students. The second one is to encourage internationalization. The third one is to increase the number of publication under scholarship program, because we will have the good student, good quality of student from foreign countries, so we can push publication under this scheme. The DIN course is very I got many things from DIN course. So I get many friends from Germany, and Professor Peter Meyer, and Alex, Brita. This is my mentors too. So I get many experience from them, and then I try to apply in our university, and I invite them to come and join our university, and they're surprised. Before that, they don't know about OMY. What is OMY? I don't know. So after we invite them, and then they know about OMY. We try to share this university, this institution to our colleagues in other countries.